Let me throw the question back at you. Hi, this is Ashish Gaurav, and I have done my BTech from IIT Kharagpur and Masters from ISI Kolkata. And in this video, I will tell you what to do after engineering. If you are in your first year, second year, third year, or fourth year, now the situation for you could be very different. But let's say you are somewhere in between second and third year, because majorly that is the period of your BTech or engineering course where you have to decide what you really want to do with your life. Then for you, there are mainly 5 kind of options which you can consider. And these options are made because of the current scenario, the current economy. The first is the most prevalent, and that is your software engineering. Now, software engineering has different kinds of roles. The one role which employs a lot of people in India is the IT consulting in software. Now, what exactly is IT consulting in software? That is your HCL, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, Cognizant, all Capgemini, and all these companies. Now, the kind of development which happens in these companies are good, and it is for someone who does not have that much of an expertise in software engineering and they just want to begin their software career. Now, obviously, you could debate with me on this, but let's face the facts. There are 2 kinds of software engineering roles. One, the roles which I have discussed right now, and the next is your Googles, Amazons, your Flipkart, and so on. Now, these roles are essentially your product roles. A software engineer working at a product company would have a better perspective than me, would have a better clarity than me, and will give you better insights. But to give you a rough idea, there are 2 kinds of software roles. One, the TCS kind of a role, and the other, the Amazon Google kind of a role. Now, you have to understand how you will get these roles. Now, the TCS, Infosys, and the Wipro kind of a roles are quite generic in nature. So, when a company comes to an engineering college, they hire in bulk and they do not have a specific requirement compared to Amazon and Google. In Amazon, Google, or rather the FANG companies, as we say, they have a very different kind of a requirement, and those are quite coveted roles and high paying as well. But both the software engineering roles require you to have some kind of an interest in coding, and you need to kind of love coding. And if you do not love programming or coding, then probably you will end up hating these jobs. So these are the jobs which you can take up if you're interested in writing programs. The next option is the data science analytics roles. So these days, data science and analytics is kind of hot, and every company wants to hire data scientists. And though the kind of data science work in every company varies, but still, if you are someone who likes mathematics, who likes statistics, who loves Python and R, then probably this is a very good career for you. Now, obviously, I have made a lot of videos on data science. You can check out those videos from here. Now, the next is your core role. Now, what is a core role? Core role means your department job. Let's say you're doing a civil engineering. So, for you, a civil engineering job is your core job. Let's say you're doing mechanical engineering. So, a mechanical engineering job is a core job. Now, the core jobs these days are not a very high number, because the number of engineers have gone very high compared to the jobs which are available in core sector, and plus these are also not very popular. Now, the next is your generic kind of a role. Now, what is a generic kind of a role? Now, this could be your consulting roles, this could be your investment banking, this could be your finance research or finance KPOs, this could be anything which is not related to your engineering or software engineering or data science. This is something which is like a very generic kind of a role for which you don't require any technical skill, you just require good presentation skills. Now, the thing over here is, when you get into such kind of a role, it could be investment banking, it could be any finance role, it could be your strategy consulting or management consulting. The key over here is you need to have a good presentation skill. You need to know how to crunch numbers in Excel, you need to know how to make good PowerPoint decks, and you need to know how to present in front of decision makers, and so on. So essentially these are more like a feeder role to your MBA degree, and let's say you want to do an MBA in 2 to 3 years down the line. So maybe this is a very good kind of a job for you, because this is a kind of a job which MBAs are generally hired for. But even the companies go to engineering colleges or your graduation colleges to hire people who will be working with the MBA grads. So this will be a good platform for someone who wants to do an MBA in 2 to 3 years of time. Now the last is your higher studies. Let's say you do not want to do a job right now, you want to do higher studies. So what kind of higher studies opportunities do you have? Now higher studies opportunity could be, let's say, in your core department. Now other thing which you can do is, let's say you are not interested in the department in which you're studying, maybe you have gained interest in economics. So you can do MSQE, and I have made a lot of videos on MSQE, and you can look at those videos from here. Other could be you are studying civil engineering and you want to do a course in software engineering. Let's say you are studying mechanical engineering and you want to shift towards architecture. Now it could be any kind of a combination. I mean, the thing is, you do not have to restrict yourself to your engineering degree. I know that a lot of people hate engineers who don't do engineering, but the thing is, when you started doing engineering, you never realize that what you're getting into, because most of the people who get into engineering are there because of a lot of pressure and a lot of ill-informed decisions. If you are doing engineering and you develop some other kind of an interest, so you should have an opportunity to pursue that interest. You can also think about doing higher study in a completely different field altogether. Now the big question comes here, how do you find your interests? Because let's say you are not interested in engineering, but you are still not interested in any other field. So how do you find out what you're really interested in? So for that you need to read a lot of books. And for that what you can do is you can read books on business, finance, economics, maybe read few books on mathematics and science, because mathematics and science are the two subjects which brought you in this engineering college. So read few books on mathematics and science, not very technical in nature, not pedantic in nature, but something fun, and try to find out your interest. Because see, if you read 6-7 types of books over a period of 1 or 2 years, you will gradually gravitate towards something. So hone in on that, try to find out what is the area in which you are gravitating towards, and try to pursue a higher study or a career in that field. Now obviously I can make a detailed video on how to find your passion and make a career in it, but this video is like a very brief idea on that, and this video was mainly geared for people who are doing their engineering and they are kind of confused as to what to do next.